Hey everybody, welcome to the Rushouse Radio Hour. We recorded this one just the other day. It was myself, Kenny, Josh, Ian, and Colin. Got together just to talk, have fun, talk about stuff. Wound up talking about Jurassic World for a little bit, because kind of have to. It's now the highest grossing movie of all time, which is not that surprising, I guess. But that conversation kind of led into about, is it possible for a summer popcorn movie to actually be a good film? When was the last time that happened? Along with that, we got into talking about how kids today react to these movies and how short attention spans have become. We're actually, all the three of us don't have any children. Colin gave us insight because he has both a 10-year-old and a 1-year-old. And I don't know, I guess it's just weird to realize how different it is. And afterwards, all I wanted to do was go play in the backyard with sticks and pretend I was a superhero again. And I'm saying that as a 29-year-old. I don't think that feeling's ever going to go away. Anyway, stick around to the end, because as usual, we've got an original song by our friend Eric, who just recently moved back to Michigan. We'll be getting his album out soon. I wish I could say more precisely when, but things are kind of up in the air. A lot of it is up on SoundCloud right now. Just look up Eric Raczkowski, Raczkowski. If you're Polish, that shouldn't be a problem to remember that. Anyway, I think that's about it for me. Just sitting up here hanging out with cats. So, well, enjoy it. The third episode of the Rushouse Radio Hour. I know.
It's not great. Don't get me wrong.
Well, we'll get into that in a second.
There's a lot of things to be angry about. I was still entertained.
Hey, let me call you back later.
I was just listening to Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I listened to that last night.
Haven't seen Jurassic World, did you notice the Jimmy Buffett?
I noticed that guy, but now I know it's Jimmy Buffett. The guy grabbing the margarita from Margaritaville.
I was wondering.
That's actually Jimmy Buffett.
Is it?
Yeah.
Could be.
No, that's... You can't see him, well enough to, oh, duh, but...
Right, but
yeah,
I was like, it's Margaritaville. Why would...
The fucking movie, goddammit.
Movie's so bad.
It's so bad.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Okay, what did you like about it?
Wait, why are we recording this?
Oh, I started recording already.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah. Fire away.
What did I like about it? I like the nostalgic throwback to the original movie. I enjoyed that.
There wasn't enough of it. I like that too, but it was like shitting on the original movie.
Shitting all over it.
It could have been cool.
So cool.
When they were in the woods and they saw the doors and it was all vine covered, that's in the theater I was seriously like, yes! I got excited, and then they're walking through. The first thing I thought when they get into the big thing and he picks up the banner and they're looking at it, the first thing I thought was oh yeah, the T-Rex tiptoed into this room and nobody saw him coming, and I'm sure this movie won't do that again. 2 scenes later, the giant Chameleonosaurus comes creeping in through a little door and roars and knocks down the T-Rex skeleton.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Creeping through what door are we talking about?
He came in through a little door,
He made a hole in the side of the building.
Later. At first, he kind of snuck in.
Yeah, he snuck in. He followed them through that little ass garage. And came in through that door.
Okay, through the garage.
Which is bullshit.
I was like, oh, but now we know how the T-Rex snuck in there in the first
yeah.
Not to mention...
No, because there'd be a giant gaping hole with the T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. There's a lot of plot hole things throughout.
Oh, hey, remember that one time we fixed up Grandpa's car? This
Yeah.
applies here.
Yeah, that was the
probably
most
the same
bullshit
thing.
thing
Pull
ever.
some of these vines out of the engine block, slap in a, here's a wrench.
ATV engine into a Jeep engine, and then call it good. Yeah.
No.
It was like reaching
Stupid.
for any little iconic thing that we might recognize, like the goggles and
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Not to mention that if it were me, and no matter how much I would want to see dinosaurs, with that track record, it's like, this is open again. Fuck no.
Right. It goes back to my original thing. No insurance company in the world will allow
Correct.
that thing unless in the fine print when you buy tickets, you sign your life away, where they have no.
Like
Otherwise, every person that survived that thing.
you
could
must be
sue
willing
the
to
shit
be
out of
potentially
anyone.
stabbed by these angry, flying,
And the fact that they made fun of the fact that any job opening, like hey kid, guess why there's a job opening? Because the last guy got eaten
that's
or
right.
died. like they just it's just laughed about that people just get killed around here all the time.
Not to mention the whole the dinosaurs are loose. We gotta release more dinosaurs.
No, yes, exactly.
It's like
We
that.
need more teeth, and then it was like a scene from Primal Rage.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I was so mad.
You guys have seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia? It's like when Charlie tries to get the cat out of the wall by putting more cats in the wall? No, it doesn't. No, it just doesn't make sense.
Not to mention at the end when, it takes a raptor, a T-Rex, and the other thing to kill the big dinosaur.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, I
But
knew
then-
I knew it was gonna get pushed towards the water. I'm
And
like,
you saw it coming. But then it's like once the thing chomps the stupid thing, pulls it in the water, and everybody's like, oh, whew, well that's over with. It's like
right, there's
let's-
still a T-Rex out here.
let's forget about all the other hundreds of dinosaurs just
Yeah, not to
wandering
mention
around.
the T-Rex kind of looked at them and was like, honor system. bro."
No, exactly, exactly.
That's the same thing that I hated about the Godzilla movie. It just ended, Godzilla got up, left, and then everyone cheered him leaving. Like,
No, I know.
I'll have you
so
know,
mad
Godzilla
about
is
that.
now officially a citizen of Japan, though. Look that
No,
up.
he's
Or
a
whatever.
travel. What is it? He's
Fucking.
travel something.
I imagine it was very similar to when the Queen knighted Sir Paul McCartney.
Probably.
So, ceremonious, but
Yeah.
official. Just saying. But no, that was stupid. And then, there's they're in the lab. This
Good
thing,
thing we live in the
this
day and age
thing
where you can look
changed
anything up.
colors. You know what I mean? Oh, it did? Well, that could be because we threw some of this DNA in it.
yeah.
It also changed its thermodynamics.
One line of dialogue. Oh yeah, it must
Terrific.
have been the tree frog DNA that we put in there. That he just magically
cuttlefish.
learned. Well, the cuttlefish was the camouflage,
and then
the tree frog was the thermal.
Just the way that the scientist just
randomly
passed it
figured
off.
it
He's like,
out?
oh, it did? Yeah, I could see that. Like, there's no planning involved in this? Like,
I was so mad because as soon as the big CEO guy walked into the room and saw it for the first time, granted, he's seen his prize baby for the first time after it's grown into massive size.
Sure.
You've never seen it before then. This is your first time going and seeing it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And
right.
then he makes the comment, "Oh, it's white." I didn't expect that. And as soon as he said that, I thought camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pissed when it happened.
yeah.
Oh, I
I
was
called it.
furious. Furious.
It's like, what happened here? Tried to break the glass.
Anytime.
That unbreakable glass,
Yeah.
apparently, that Jimmy Fallon told us about.
God.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
That
that.
he could just eat through magically. That's like in Avatar where the arrows couldn't go through the glass, and then all of a sudden magic happened or something.
Sure.
And then the arrows started going through the glass.
Mm-hmm. I hate Avatar. Different conversation.
That's this whole other thing. Yeah.
39-foot tall head now resides top Toho Cinemas in Tokyo. More than 3,000 copies have been printed of that thing's residency papers. Not Godzilla, just the thing on top of the...
What thing? Wait.
Yeah, what do you...
They made a Godzilla head and put it on top of the
Oh.
cinema, and they made that Godzilla head
Oh.
a citizen of Japan.
Okay, see, I knew I was
Okay.
somewhere in the... Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's weird and cool, I guess. I don't...
It's weird.
That's
Where,
weird.
I kept having flashbacks to, what's his name, Muldoon from the first one, with his, crippling respect of the Raptors, being they're gonna. There was one part where I was like, it could be really cool. You know, when he. This is what I was talking about. It was watching a movie where just opportunities were passing you by.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you missed that one. You missed that one too. Fuck it, it's fine. When the raptor is out in the tall grass in the fields and him and Chris Pratt make eye contact, I was like, oh, don't do it, because it was like that. What's up, bro? Like, look at each other like, oh, no, I love you. But I was hoping it was for, like, call back to the first movie when a raptor makes eye contact with you
And
and it's
comes
toying.
from the
That
side.
means the other ones are coming in from the side to actually get you.
Yeah.
And what'd they do? They blew it up with a fucking rocket.
Forgot about that too.
Yep.
Yep.
What the fuck was this movie?
Yeah, dude. I was sad, but I also expected nothing less. I went into it knowing full well
That's
this isn't going to be good.
That's why I was like, it was okay because I went in with the worst expectations imaginable. So I was like, it was still entertaining.
It also helped.
It
I
was
didn't
just
pay for
not-
my ticket,
Oh, that helped.
so I got that going.
Yeah.
But as the first thing I said, as soon as the end credits were rolling, I was with my friend Derek. I said, Derek, do you remember that video they played us in that like sex ed class of the baby being born? I would have rather paid $8 to watch that for 2 hours. Because there's just as much carnage and not as much, like, no stupid fucking dialogue. You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
I'm just so attached to the book. And I know that's such a dumb thing to say because it's
little.
like, the book's always better, obviously, but like...
Right. It's always better. What else can you
that
say?
book even makes the first movie look like a pile of garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard multiple people say that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
If you read the book before you go see the movie, you're gonna hate the movie. Which is why I was glad that I saw the movie before I read the book.
Which one? Jurassic
First.
Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First movie.
I saw the movie before I read the book.
Yeah.
Because
So
we were
I had
like, what,
an
8 years
appreciation
old?
for the movie.
Well, the books were just a study on chaos that used dinosaurs as an example.
Yeah.
The movie was about dinosaurs that threw in chaos for fun.
That threw in Ian Malcolm.
Yeah.
But the movie still held up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, give me some fucking animatronic dinosaurs.
I kind of like my heart sunk right in the first shot when they're showing CG raptors coming out of CG eggs, because all I could think of was like
The
how awesome and
animatronic
realistic
one,
it looked when the little baby raptor was coming out of the egg in the first one.
Looked all slimy and
slimy,
punched his
weird,
way
and
out.
Grant is like, "What is this?"
Yeah, like, oh fuck.
And it came out the proper way. It came out head first instead of claw first, like in this one, because they're supposed to have like an egg tooth on their nose or whatever. That's supposed
Yeah.
to.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
How do you know
burrow
this?
That way.
Chickens have that. All birds do.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So it actually hatched wrong, which is a good indicator.
And it didn't
for
even
the
look
movie
real.
It's not going to be great.
That's it right there.
Right there.
As soon as you saw that,
So
you're like, oh, well,
the
this
movie's
is
not
fun.
great. I was just entertained because it's dinosaurs and I don't care.
Oh, I
That's
shut
what
I
I was
shut
doing,
my
yeah.
brain off at a certain
You
point. It's
have
like
to.
just go for the ride, but
I still think they didn't let Chris Pratt do his thing. They tried to make him like as more on the serious side. You know what I mean?
He's a little bit
he's
sarcastic.
right, but I think he could have been a funnier character, which would have kind of, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
but it's not really the most funniest atmosphere. People are
Well,
dying all
except
over.
it was so bad that it kind of was. When you watch that pterodactyl hybrid thing just repeatedly stab that poor woman, before he even brings her into the water, he's like, ha ha ha, look at this.
But the other part about that scene is, okay, that park is full with kids. Full of kids. As soon as those birds start showing up and and the crowd starts running, there's no kids anymore.
No.
It's all adults running. You never
Oh,
see a
I
single
didn't think
kid
about
get
that.
attacked by them. You'll see women with strollers, but you won't see like an actual kid. Because they don't want to show kids getting... The only way they got away with that was then they showed the pterodactyls in the petting zoo going after the baby dinosaurs, but all they had was a crying kid off to the side, but you never saw like it go after a kid.
I didn't
Because you
realize
can't
that.
do
Yeah.
Going back to what Colin said about the book was a study on chaos, I said this before the movie came out, and I still hold to it. I would forgive that movie of everything. I would say it was a good movie if just one shot they cut to a TV showing, just even the tagline "Chaos at Jurassic World," and you pan out, and there's Jeff Goldblum sitting in a bar with a drink, going, told you."
That was funny that the kid employee running the ride was bored. at an amusement
That
park
pissed
with
me off.
dinosaurs. Like, and we're gonna do it.
Just like the
Yeah,
classic
yeah.
summer job.
Right.
Oh, my summer job. I don't want to flip burgers
Well,
at McDonald's.
right.
I go into this fucking island in Costa Rica or wherever.
Right.
They said it at the very beginning, and I'm
Unbelievable.
almost thinking like they were like,
Unbelievable.
"Oh, we're gonna say this, and it's gonna be funny because then we're gonna prove it in the movie." But they couldn't have been thinking like that because they go.
There wasn't that much
The,
planning.
no, the whole thing was, and people just aren't wowed by dinosaurs anymore. You have to do something different, and it's like that's what that movie felt like. It was so unremarkable.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what can you possibly do with the Jurassic Park formula that they didn't already do the past 3 times? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, make a good movie.
I see. Okay, agreed. There could have been definitely some dialogue polishing. But yeah, what can you do?
Okay.
Because you
All
know
right.
dinosaurs are getting out.
Alright, good movie. Right. Well, it's not gonna happen because the people right now who made the movie, studio execs, it was the biggest opening
Yeah,
ever.
I know.
You know what's gonna happen now? Is there's gonna be a terrible sequel after terrible sequel after terrible sequel
Yeah.
because
well,
now it's a cash cow, more so than it was 20 years ago.
why are you reminding me of this?
Or every movie's going to start opening at 7 o'clock instead of midnight.
They already do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's bad. Like, this is gonna be the good one.
Wait,
Compared to anything else, like I don't like the doctor geneticist got taken away in a helicopter so he can build dinosaurs somewhere else. Now they can take him off the island. You don't even have to have the island anymore. He's gonna start building dinosaurs for Engine,
Wait.
and then they're gonna be like
War machines.
more machines. They could be like Terminator only with dinosaurs.
Oh my
God creates dinosaurs. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
God creates dinosaurs. God kills dinosaurs. God creates man. Man creates dinosaurs. How's it go?
Dinosaurs eat man.
Dinosaurs eat man.
Woman inherits the earth.
And somewhere there isn't it man kills God or something.
Dinosaurs become man, and there you got the human dinosaur hybrid.
There you go.
It's very similar to what happened in like Alien 3 or 4 with Sigourney Weaver.
It was 3. Yeah.
Okay, yep, see?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with any alien movie.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't, yeah, I don't
Resurrection was pretty.
agree.
No, I'm
Disagree.
on the side with Colin on this one.
I don't know about that.
But also,
Did you see Prometheus? Are you counting that as an alien?
No,
I'm not
race?
counting that one.
Doesn't count.
But if you do take Prometheus into the canon, there was somebody that online on Cracked that laid out if you put all the Alien and Predator movies together, including the Alien versus Predator, all of any franchise, you can actually put together a logical canon and timeline of events that all go together.
Okay.
That doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't. Part of me wants to look into this, but part of me is not going to waste my time on that. So I don't know. I want someone else to do it, and I just want to see like a chart.
Right. I'm sure there is something.
Now, what I want to see is Alien vs. Predators with no humans.
Yeah,
Just the
Just the
aliens,
Alien versus
just the
Predator.
Predator.
that'd be
Agreed.
cool. Yeah, just have the aliens show up on that hunting preserve that was in Predators.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just do that?
That'd be awesome.
Right.
Cut out all the bullshit.
Right. As long as it doesn't end up like the first Alien versus Predator movie where the 2 predators get killed in 2 seconds. And there's one left with like 3 aliens, and then
Right.
he has to have the help of the humans to kill the
Oh
aliens.
yeah.
That was really depressing.
Especially with the cutscenes of them sitting on top of the pyramids, destroying hundreds of them and just
Oh yeah.
massacring them.
How are you doing, Josh?
I'm alright. I'm in the minority again, as always.
Okay.
What are we talking about? Are we talking... Let's
which
get some
one?
guidelines down. Are we talking about movie or are we talking film? What are we talking about?
Okay,
movie
that's
and film
it.
is different.
That's a good point.
Because as a movie, it was fine.
As a film,
As a
As a film, it
film
was
is
really,
piss poor.
really terrible.
just god awful.
See, I have different standards when I go in to see movies.
Yeah.
I just want to be entertained. I was entertained for 2.5 hours. Was it a great story? No. But it had dinosaurs in it. You know, Chris Pratt was being kind of funny every once in a while. And there was dinosaurs. Now, like I said, the primal rage
not
fight at the end, not very happy about it. I wish they would be able to... I have a feeling that whoever wrote it had an ending that didn't involve that. But then some
abortion.
movie producer or studio exec was like, no, we want a giant dinosaur battle at the end.
No,
You
I
gotta
think
give
the
us
idea from the very beginning was we're gonna have that thing fight the original T-Rex, and it's gonna be epic, and everyone's gonna.
There's
lose their
no way
minds.
that it could have been epic. My problem with that is Jurassic Park 3. where the
Yes.
Spinosaurus kills the T-Rex in 3 seconds.
Like that.
Now,
Not to mention...
and this dinosaur is 10 times more ridiculous than, like, granted the Spinosaurus was bigger than the T-Rex in that movie, but this one, you know, camouflage, velociraptor.
I
Supposed to be
hate that. I hated that
crazy
part where
intelligent, yeah.
he starts talking to the
Right.
raptors. He's like...
You got a new alpha, and then that just went out the door
That's
later.
so fucking
which is
stupid.
weird.
But...
But okay.
Oh, what was I going to say? Yeah. We've already thrown science out the window for these movies, and that's fine.
Sure.
It's heartbreaking, but, you know, don't care. Dinosaurs had feathers, whatever. I could deal with that. Isn't it just like kind of...
Yeah, but these aren't real dinosaurs.
I know
These
they're-
are genetically modified.
Isn't it
dinosaurs.
kind of...
They're all
We know, in the
modified.
time between Jurassic Park and now, even in the book, a Tyrannosaurus Rex is a scavenger.
Yep.
Is not a...
It's not an apex predator.
Thank you. So the end of this movie
Yeah, but public perception
of a T-Rex.
of a T-Rex is the big, like, for the longest time was, this thing is the biggest hunter ever. Nowadays, there's no feasible reason for it to be an apex predator because its head is too big. It can't actually hunt.
Tiny arms.
Tiny arms, exactly. It can't hunt really well, so it actually makes sense that it would just scavenge.
Right.
Because it would just out muscle everything. But that's now. So this is going back on the, you know, the perception of, like, people are stupid. They shouldn't know that. So we're just going to go with the old perception, which is the T-Rex is cool looking.
I love that you did quotations when you're like, people are stupid. Like,
I'm just envisioning what's
I
going
know
on in a
exactly what's
boardroom
going on.
in some studio. They don't care as long as it looks cool.
Just talking down at us, the folks paying $8.50 to see them.
Right.
Oh, these shitbirds, yeah, they won't know the
Yeah,
difference.
they don't care. They just want to be entertained.
Right.
I was kind of a dick to some people at work. They're like, oh, did you see it? Yeah, I thought it was great. And I'm like, well, you're wrong.
Yeah. I told a lot of people this week they have terrible taste in movies and film.
But after a point, like, yes, people are stupid. But after a point, I was like, I had to have the moment of like, maybe there's something wrong with me.
Sure.
Everybody loves this movie. It's breaking a box office record.
Well, it made money.
I'm
That
kidding.
doesn't mean, like, everybody went and saw Spider-Man 3, and everyone hated it. But it made $300 million.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just because people pay to go see a movie doesn't mean that it's going to be good. The problem with that is most studios see the money and go, oh, this is viable, so we'll just keep making them.
Sure.
You know what movie I wanted to see? Like,
And people will go because their expectations is, I'll probably be entertained. They always are hoping for it to be better.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's not. But
Yeah, but it's
There's
kind of
hope
what we
there.
said about the Avengers too, which I guess I didn't really think about going to see this movie. Is like, what you and I were saying about the Avengers. We're just so happy that these movies exist because they are the movies that we want to see that we never thought we'd see. That, like, I am perfectly happy ignoring the fact that most of the Marvel movies are not good films. They're just good movies.
yeah,
Sure.
they're popcorn movies.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park didn't have to be a trilogy. It
Oh,
didn't have
no.
to be a quadrilogy.
No.
It was a standalone movie, and it was great.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
What gave them the ability to make a sequel, even if it didn't make money, was the fact that there was a second book.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though the movie didn't really...
Need a
Didn't
second.
need it.
Need a follow up at all.
But why not?
You know what movie I wanted to go see? I think I'm still going to go back because I really was driving to the theater with two movies in mind, and the geek won out, and I went and saw Jurassic World. Was Love and Mercy. It's a biopic about Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. You heard of that?
No.
You?
I have heard of it.
Yeah,
Have not seen it.
I really want to see it. And
Reasons?
then- What?
Reasons behind?
I like Beach Boys.
Fair enough.
John Cusack's in it. I like John Cusack. But then that was kind of a thought coming out of Jurassic World. Really, that was like, I need to re-up my film
But
intellect
see,
and
you
watch.
went
I
and
need to
saw
watch.
Jurassic World.
I told you the geek won out.
Exactly.
And-
And that's what that's what they're paying
Plus,
for.
part of me also
That's
wanted
what
to be having this conversation.
Fair enough.
But no, I left there and I was like, I really have to re-up like my film intellect and start watching real movies again. 'Cause
Get your brain back.
I've been on a. You can get addicted to those stupid
the
actiony
popcorn movies. Yeah.
popcorn movies.
Oh, sure.
They're addicting.
I watched It for the first time the other night. Never seen that before.
As in Stephen King.
Yeah.
I got through half of it. Never picked it up again.
I
Probably
think my
good call.
problem was I watched it when I was a kid, and so I never want to watch it ever again.
Oh,
It's
sure.
not scary.
Not scary now.
Not scary
When I
now.
was little,
I could
that
actually
movie
see how that
fucked
would
my
be
world up for a while.
Terrifying. The first half I thought was good. I didn't. The second, but again, I'm judging it based on modern day standards.
Right.
And
Yeah,
Well, they're remaking it so you can get.
Are they really?
It. Yeah.
of
that
course
doesn't
they are.
surprise me.
No, yeah.
I didn't know Tim Curry had a stroke 2 years ago.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I was one. No, it sucked. I was talking to somebody about how much I love Tim Curry. I think it was because of Muppets Treasure Island that came up.
Sure.
And then I go on Imgur that night, and one of the first posts is a picture of Tim Curry in a wheelchair with it's like Tim Curry had a stroke 2 years ago.
Didn't he first come out in public a few days ago or something? Since then,
was that just released?
I think so.
Okay, because I thought I
He
totally
went to
missed
some
that.
award show just last week or the
I
week before.
thought I completely missed that, but that bummed me out because I really like him.
Yeah, but he's old now. He's not going to do anything else.
I know, but I don't want him to have a stroke.
Sure.
Well, sure, but
He's useless.
Yeah. What's he bringing to the table? Nothing. Whatever. Fuck
I
him.
mean, it's about time to make like a memoir or something. You know, I'd read that. Probably
Sure.
a hell of a
Well,
good
there you go.
story.
You're screwed out of a memoir.
Yeah. He can't be he's not ancient. He's old, but he's not that old.
He's not Christopher Lee old.
Ooh. Yeah, but he was like 102.
He was 93.
Yeah. Oh, look at you, all sensitive to these people now.
I'm not sensitive at all. It's a tragedy that he died, but
The only person in Lord of the Rings who ever talked to Tolkien.
Yeah, that's right.
He witnessed one of the last public executions in France. He was old.
He was.
He's seen some shit. Yeah.
yeah.
You heard that story of him in Lord of the Rings when Peter Jackson's trying to direct him how to act when Wormtongue stabs him in the back?
No.
And Christopher Lee just stops him and goes, I know what a man sounds like when he's stabbed in the back.
He was a spy.
Yeah.
He killed people.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
basically a James Bond
Yeah,
type
he was.
spy.
That's awesome.
That's badass. If I was the director, when my actors said this, I'd be like, you now have free reign to do whatever you want.
So if you actually
Yeah,
watch
over
that
here.
scene in Return of the King where he gets stabbed in the back, he's acting as if
It really
with
is.
experience.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
that's fucked up if you think about it.
No, it really.
He's
really
playing
is.
the guy he stabbed in the back.
Yeah. Did you ever listen to his death metal album?
No.
He put out a Christmas death metal album, and it's legitimate. It's the cover is him in like a sweater with a electric guitar, sitting there like looking happy. But it's like Christopher Lee. I can't remember the name of the album, but songs like Jingle Hell and.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle
Actually, this is
I don't think that's it.
all the way.
We'll give it a second.
Fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
We might pick up. I'd like to point out the video is him as Saruman dancing around Lego Star Wars figures.
Oh God! Put it away.
That's exactly what I thought it was.
Made a mistake last night, guys. Thought to myself, if I put on the worst possible movie on Netflix, I'll fall asleep. Didn't happen.
Intrigued, right? It was so bad. You were
Oh no
intrigued.
no no! I don't know, insomnia, whatever. But I spent 2 hours and 42 minutes of my life watching the Transformers: Age of Extinction. I don't feel good about that.
Wait,
Hey,
I did not see that one.
I made that mistake too.
It was terrible.
The worst,
The worst.
movie.
I can't even.
The worst.
I don't know.
It has no plot. Like, the plot holes, they're not holes. They're craters.
Gaping chasms.
It's like a part of the movie was just cut out of it, which I don't know how is that possible with a 3-hour
long as
movie.
fuck.
Like, when I was done watching it, I was like,
What
is the story of this?
Because you have Mark Wahlberg, who at first is like he's like, I'm a struggling inventor. Next thing you know, he's like, I'm a super badass.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's got guns. He's got alien guns that he's shooting.
no problem, trained
Right.
killer. But at the first scene is him like fucking with like a mailbox, turning it into like a robotic dog or some shit. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't know what it wants to be. And I can't believe I watched it all.
The problem I was having it was referencing parts to like stories, like this weird Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table thing, but they never explained any of it. But they would just keep referencing it like you're supposed to know what it is, and I was like, I've never heard of this, and I know a lot about Transformer lore,
Right.
and like they just like moiled over it, and then at the end Optimus just rockets up into space to go venture out to solve mysteries about this weird order that he's in that they didn't explain about, and that's how it ended. And you're just like, fuck?
Yeah, what the
At the one point, the Dinobots were just standing on a bridge to protect it for no reason.
Yeah.
Why are they protecting this bridge? They didn't even explain what the bridge was important for.
Dude.
They just go protect the bridge. And then, so there was just a shot, slow motion of course, shot of them just standing on the bridge. And then it cut to the fight scene that's halfway across the city that doesn't make any sense.
Dude, yeah, that
It
was
was
bad.
so bad. I heard it was bad.
I didn't expect that.
So
Like, you know, it's a Michael Bay movie, so you go into that just assuming what you're
The first one wasn't that
That-
terrible.
I still like the first
I
one.
do. I like the first one because there were
I
some
just
parts
don't get
about
how
it.
it could go that far.
No. Well, because at this point he's not even trying.
That's what it seems
I
like.
don't remember.
It's like they
the
jumped
second, third
from
one.
awesome scene in his head, like what he wanted, like battle scene. It's like he went from one scene to another scene, and then it was trying to spruce it together with lines of dialogue instead of actually filming it,
Oh, it was.
and that just didn't work at all.
The whole time I was like, why am I doing this to myself?
It's understandable.
Why can't I sleep through this?
Yeah, it was on one of the movie channels one night, and I was flipping it, and I came, and it was early on in the movie. That's how I got caught into watching it.
Yeah, right.
I didn't want to get off my couch, and I was just like, I just want to see how like I heard how terrible it was, and I just wanted to see for myself how terrible it was.
You know what it makes me think of, though? Like, Michael Bay is not a perfect example of it, but this also what you're saying also made me think of Jurassic World again. Because
It's good. That's where we start.
no, but there's just something about, like, take the Star Wars prequels, take almost anything Steven Spielberg's made in the last 20 years, even the Transformers movies and his Ninja Turtles abortion, and...
Which was just the Spider-Man movie.
What?
The Ninja Turtles movie was just the Spider-Man movie.
I still never saw it.
This is
But
the
I
same
heard that.
exact plot.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I just
They're
have...
trying to
It just
turn
seems like...
everyone
Alright.
to a machine on top of a city.
Now tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong about this. But Jurassic World, it just had this overwhelming feeling of this is how Steven Spielberg, you know, it was like, oh, the kids
Would have done it.
No,
Yeah.
something like that. The kids' parents are getting divorced, and everyone is still inherently a good person in the end. And all this. It made me think Steven Spielberg is still trying to make movies based on what he remembers life to be like before he got famous. Like, and the same with Star Wars, the episode 1 through 3. There was no creativity injected in that. That was just George Lucas trying to continue writing Star Wars as if he never stopped from when he was a struggling, not even yet director, basically. It's like, if you're famous for that long, if you're so good at what you do for that long, eventually you don't live in the real world anymore. And your stories are not going to reflect the way the world really is.
It's true. It's a very good point.
holy shit, we've seen all of these 100 times. We get it. The overworked woman who by the end is going to have a heart of gold. And the kids' parents who are getting divorced, but they're not going to because they're so happy to have family at the end. And it's like,
Right.
we get it.
Wasn't that the plot of 3? Was it the end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the holy shit.
Same
Yes,
plot.
Yeah,
That was the plot
it's
of
back
3.
in the mix. Yeah,
Same
sure
thing.
is.
Good.
Except for this time, there was more people rather than more dinosaurs.
Sure, yeah.
There's an equal amount of dinosaurs. That's cool. Man.
I just finished The Hobbit.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Like the whole trilogy? Or?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
Hobbit trilogy.
I'm sorry.
Never watched it. Still.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it.
The first one gave me hope.
I
The
I
first
didn't
one
like-
gave me hope.
What?
just the scenes, everything they built up, it was fake. Everything was. I mean, it just looked like shitty clay sculptures of trees that they were walking through.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was for kids now.
It's a children's book.
I know. It looked like it was made by fucking kids. And you know how much stock footage is in that movie? Go back and rewatch and see how much they are not in the scene. It's just panning on open fields, it's panning on mountains, it's panning on a
It's
forest.
probably stuff that he filmed the first time,
Yep.
so he didn't have to.
Oh yeah, good point.
I think,
But when it comes to CG like that, like I feel like there was a point not that long ago where it was like, maybe with the first Lord of the Rings trilogy, it was like, oh my god, we're almost there. We're like, this is looking so good. This is looking so real.
They invented new CG so that they could get those big battle scenes for that many.
No, and my favorite story about that is when they created the programs to run the big battle scenes, that one army that was smaller was attacking another army, and an army of orcs was smaller and coming in, and the way they wrote the program, this army that was coming in, the smaller one, stopped before they hit the other army and retreated because they knew they couldn't win.
The algorithms. Just
Yeah,
said,
no, exactly.
yeah,
That's
right away."
amazing. But no, what I'm saying with the look of the CG, like Gollum was fantastic. Like that's still one of the best I've ever seen. But I feel like it felt like we were getting there. It was looking so seamless. It was getting so amazing. I then go see Jurassic World, and none of it looked real to me at all.
It's because there's no more mesh. You need to have the special effects entwined with the CG, not
Yes.
just total CG. Because when you have total CG, it looks fake all the time.
Yeah.
You need
Especially
those-
with the new quality, the whole
Yeah.
HD, like you can
4K
see
shit
everything
like
right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Like in films are now being filmed in like instead of 4X was now there's 6X. I was like, is that better than IMAX? Like, what is this?
Yeah, what is the IMAX?
It's-
Let's start there.
I thought it was just a bigger film, but
Yeah.
clearer. Like, I thought it was the same quality, just a bigger section.
I
of
think that's
film.
what it started as.
But I thought that too. But I remember when I went to go see Dark Knight Rises. That first scene when he's back as Batman and all the cops are rolling in with all the lights. I was just like, the way it hit on the IMAX, I was like, oh my god. Because then like you go back and watch that now, I was like, nope, not the same.
Not the same.
So I'm like, did they switch up how it's filmed? I don't know much about film, but like quality or whatever.
Yeah, they
And-
probably dialed it down for the regular
Right.
film. Yeah. But if you went and saw the IMAX, you'd probably have a more enhanced version.
Have you guys seen the D-Box that
I
they
hate
have up
that.
there?
I haven't done it, but I won't.
The
I
thing that
won't.
pisses me off about D-Box is when you're in a theater that has D-Box seats. They're in the best location
Yes.
in the theater. So now they've made it so that you can't sit in the prime real estate of movie theaters
Oh, see, I thought
unless
it was
you
the
pay
theater
more.
itself.
No,
Okay.
there's
Just
like
a section
there's
in the
2
theater.
rows
Yeah.
of just D-Box seats, and they're right in the middle,
Right.
prime real estate.
Yeah.
So you have to pay extra to sit in them. Now, the thing with the D-Box is you can choose not to activate it, but you have to pay the extra money to have those seats.
Right.
essentially.
That's
Just
just
bullshit.
They don't even do their like summer movie classics anymore, do they?
Well, the guy who ran it died.
Oh, that's a tragic ending
Right.
to that question.
Sorry, he just died recently. I don't know if anybody's gonna do it again, but it was kind of on the downslope.
I mean, at least we still have wealthy theater to go to because they still do them, but
Still
Okay.
sad, yeah.
that bummed me out.
Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, he died. That's
Yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah. He just did.
Move
yeah, he
on.
just died.
Yeah.
So hopefully somebody will start that up again.
The best one I ever saw doing that was when I saw 2001.
Nice. I
Where
did
it was
that.
like it was a packed house. But the best part was everybody there was like there to watch it. And you know, like the silence in that movie, like there's a lot of time just spent in silence.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody made a noise. So you're sitting in this theater with 2001 Big as Life and just the dead silence. It was fantastic.
I think my favorite was North by Northwest. When we see
good
that
one.
right there. Oh, it was great.
Saw The Shining too.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. I went and saw Jurassic Park again.
I remember when you said that.
Yeah, that was classic. But the best part is seeing all the young people that were in there that I know weren't alive when the movie came out. So it was like either the first time they saw it or whatever. So I was like, when I knew something was gonna happen, I started like crowd surfing, just looking around, seeing people's reactions when some shit was gonna jump out.
That was the thing that I actually want to talk to you
Classic.
about because you told me that before. And when you think there were so many kids in the theater of many different ages when I saw Jurassic World, they didn't get scared once.
I know, it's weird, right?
What the?
I know.
I did when it first came out. I walked out of that theater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yep, I was 8 years old, and as soon as the thunder started, after that opening scene where the guy gets dragged into
Shoot!
the right, I was like, I was already freaked, and then like when the thunder was going on, and it was like, everyone get back in your things. I'm like, I was with my dad. I'm like, we gotta go. I can't do this. I had, finally saw it again the second time, but the first time I was like, no way.
You know, the kid,
Scared as shit.
Kenny and I took Connor. He was 9 or 8 to see Iron Man 3. He was sitting crying in bed afterwards. It scared him so much.
Oh, the exploding.
No,
people or
the
whatever?
arms.
Oh,
the fire
I got you,
arms.
the
Yeah.
fire arms.
Like he would not go to bed. He was crying. Like that just creeped the hell out of him.
Which is so funny because that never even crossed my mind taking him to see that movie.
No, I mean yeah, it wasn't people. Oh, and it was when the person got shot. I don't think he had ever really seen somebody get just killed.
Oh
Fair
yeah.
enough.
That did it to him too.
I could see that.
Which is funny because that's the one where they put a little boy in there that children could relate to.
Yeah.
How did he? Like, what was his? I saw his immediate reaction to the Avengers, the second one, but
Yeah, I think we had this conversation before. It's not like us anymore. Movies are just something to take in and leave to that generation. He probably hasn't thought about it since, and he won't.
that's crazy.
It's just
Yeah,
with
it's just
Netflix,
not
with
fantastic anymore.
cable. It's just one thing to another.
Too much
Because
entertainment.
if I saw a movie like that when I was a kid, like when I would see a movie that I really liked, even if it wasn't a good one, I remember I'd go home and like go play that movie out in the backyard.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Okay, is there one of these movies that were like the popcorn movies, as you call them? Is there one of those movies in the past few years that isn't just a good popcorn movie? Is there one that's also a good film?
Film.
Like, can you think of? Because I'm trying to think, and I'm like, everyone I come to that I'm like, okay, J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. I love that movie. I call it a good movie. Then I really get to thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know if I can tell if it's a good film or not.
It's getting harder and harder to tell because a lot of them they're turning out the same. It's like when I referenced Jurassic World had like pretty much the same weird Hollywood ending that Godzilla did. I was totally all for Godzilla, and it was an okay movie, pretty entertaining for the way it was, but then the ending was just so bad.
Right.
It just deflated a lot of what went on in that movie, and that's kind of how I felt in Jurassic World. Like the movie was okay as long as you didn't look at too many of the plot holes, but then the primal rage ending at the end would just kill anything that could possibly have been decent.
Not to mention, what are we gonna do now? Stick together to survive.
To survive,
Would have
for
been
survival.
it would have been the best if that water monster would have popped back out
Just
there.
eat Chris Pratt right there.
If that-
No, I don't know if there was a popcorn movie in the last
Yeah,
couple of
we-
years that was actually also a good film.
Okay, just throw some out. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Not a good film.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was super awesome and entertaining when I saw it, but the more I see it, the more I start to dislike it.
I completely understand that. No, I'm just going to start throwing them out there because I
That's
want to
cool.
see if we
But I
can-
do think in the scope of comic book movies that have come out, Guardians
It's
of the Galaxy is
the
top
upper tier.
yeah,
Yeah.
upper echelon of.
But can you even call comic movies films? Because they are just now in
No,
the
I'm-
universe. I mean,
That's well, comic book movies are pretty broad. Superhero movies.
sure, or just
something
the
else.
Marvel world now.
Yeah.
Can you consider any of those films by
No,
themselves?
I don't think so. Though Daredevil is probably the closest thing that would come to that. I
Fuck,
think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the show?
Yeah,
as,
the show.
As like
From-
a
no,
general?
No, I'm talking about the Ben Affleck movie. That's just.
You know,
I was gonna
just
say
curious.
from here
'Cause I
on
thought we were
out.
talking about movies, not shows.
But
Here on
no,
out,
in
when
the
we talk
Marvel.
Daredevil, it's the show, the
Yeah.
only Daredevil.
The movies that, in my opinion, that have been good films, they're not popcorn movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
No, I completely agree. That's why I wanted to see if there was one that was both. I'm trying to think.
Even if it's from childhood. Or...
No, the one example I'm coming up with, not because it's necessarily a good film, but the one I'm coming up with because what was the biggest movie of the year that we were in middle school? Titanic.
Yeah.
Not a big disaster movie, but not necessarily doesn't necessarily fit the mold of a summer movie completely. Main character dies at the end.
A hero's death.
Yeah, a hero's
In
death.
a fake story that didn't exist.
It wasn't a.
That's a movie.
That's a
It's a
movie.
movie within a movie. What is this, Dallas?
Oh, hell, we can go all the way back. Do you consider Star Wars a good film?
No.
Okay.
Connor was watching it for the first time. I came in there and it was like the brand new one. I didn't recognize it. It looked like a shitty B movie because it's so well rendered now and so nice. But what it is shitty. Like the sets still, they're crappy.
Right,
and
yeah,
you're
they're
not
all
supposed to
matte
put it.
paintings and all
Yeah,
that
you
kind
should
of
not
stuff.
put that in ultra high definition. And get
I
it-
had that problem with Ghostbusters. You watch the new remastered version, you can see all the bad special effects.
I actually
all
saw
the
that.
matte paintings,
Yeah.
all the stuff. They have outlines around them and everything. It just looks terrible. What made Star Wars so great was because all the movies that came out around that time, the special effects were so bad. So bad. Like, the year before that, James Bond movie won special effects with just having, like, a spaceship, the Soviet spaceship
yeah.
on strings going through space. And then you cut to, you know, the Star Destroyer coming in over that opening scene. Like,
And not to mention, you're the first
we've
characters.
never seen anything that's the closest to CG
But-
you're ever going to
and
get.
cutting
back
too,
in
the very first
1977.
characters you see in that movie are robots.
Right.
Not even human.
Not even
and they're
human.
walking and talking and
Exactly.
going down yeah. And then not only that, then you see a few humans die and in walks a
The
guy who
biggest
might as well
badass
be a
ever.
robot.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off?
What?
George Lucas, he created a lot of the canon, and one of the things, a big thing on lightsabers, is that it fits the Jedi paradox. The Jedis are peacekeepers that fight for peace, and the lightsaber is round. It's a blade that has no edge, but cuts everything. It fits into the Jedi. And then he goes and redoes the movie to make them flat, to make them into swords. I mean, it is the most beautiful concept that, it is a blade with no edge, but it can cut everything. Just like the Jedi that fight for peace and kill people.
Yeah, you showed
So
that
it's
to
like-
me when but it's the worst part is it's the Vader Obi-Wan fight at the end of
Yeah.
A New Hope, so it actually looks like
Oh, are you talking about the re-rendered version
Yeah.
of the original
Yeah.
Star Wars?
Okay, I
That's
see.
what they're doing now?
Yeah.
They went back and redid all that?
Yeah, they made the blades son, and they thought the battle was too slow, so all they did was, just
I
speed it
remember
up a
him
little.
talking about the reason why the battle was so slow is because it took so much concentration to actually
Right.
wield the lightsaber. That's why the fights were so intricate, because you had to use the force to wield the white lightsaber.
Mhm.
And then when the new trilogies came out, they were just jumping around,
Flipping and
doing
throwing them
threw
at each
that
other.
all
and-
crap out of the water just to make something look cool.
I did watch half of this the other day.
That's annoying.
I found
Yes.
yeah, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Disgusting.
So annoying.
I watched half of the edit that somebody made of putting all episodes 1, 2, and 3
I
into one
started
movie.
that.
Did you?
Finish.
I didn't even think of it. That I liked where they started. That they start right in the middle of the Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul fight, and the scrolling text before it is these
All
Jedis
this-
have discovered a child named Anakin who is the chosen one to bring.
So you don't have to actually see the whiny kid.
No, but then it
That's what I
works
was wondering.
perfectly.
Do they go back to the first, or is it pretty much
It's just that, and then
2 and
Qui-Gon
3?
dies, and then it fades out, and then it cuts to Coruscant 12 years later when Obi-Wan and Anakin are going to see Padme for
So
the
then
first
it just
Yeah.
goes into the second movie.
Yeah. Colin and I played the shit out of Battlefront, and, like,
The remake of Battlefront.
I know.
It looks
by EA?
awesome.
No, it doesn't. It looks like fucking shit.
It start
Yes, EA.
Oh, I saw it was
initially.
a trailer.
Initially, it looked really cool because they were promising like seamless land to space battles. It was
That
different,
was way back.
Different
That
developer. Yup. Then they canned it, Now it's coming back, and I have
No, now it's
What were
EA.
you gonna say? Because I want to hear this.
EA ruins games. It's going to be
I know they
Battlefront.
do,
It's
yeah.
going to be Call of Duty, where there's now like only 8 levels. You can only play as the prequel guys, as the droids or the clones. You can't play as Old Galactic. There is no space. It's limited to only like 18 or 20 people per battle. They've cut it down to nothing now.
This is all confirmed, or you
Yeah,
speculate?
no, EA.
Oh,
It's just about
gross.
to be released.
That's too bad.
It is just going to be one of those online player shooting games like Call
Yeah.
of Duty, Black Ops,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Was Colin and I used to back the Battlefront 2 was
Battlefront
like
2 is amazing.
is incredible. That's what I mean. Like that's what lessened my hate for the prequels because I got to play as Darth Maul, you know, and
Dance
how was
around.
that
yeah.
not fun?
Oh, absolutely.
But playing Hoth with 700
was
guys
better.
on each team, and can
Exactly.
you play Vader or Luke?
Yep,
Yeah.
now you get 20. EA is known just for ruining games. They suck.
I see. I haven't kept up on it. I didn't know it was taken under EA.
No
now.
heroes, nothing like
Of course.
that. Yeah. No
It's too bad.
AT-ATs.
Just standard team deathmatch. And
Exactly.
I initially had got really excited about Fallout 4 because I love Bethesda and I love Fallout.
They do make
And I was thinking that might be the one to suck me back in to gaming. But then I remembered, like, all the downloadable content, all the extras that you get. Like,
Yeah, but you're not gonna find a game that's gonna have that. Regular games, if somebody's studio actually makes a video game for a console or something, are gonna come with downloadable content. At least 3 downloadable content.
The Witcher did a good job, the 3. They gave you the nice pack, you got a map, you got a figurine, and your initial purchase got you the first 3 DLCs.
Because
Guaranteed.
you're usually guaranteed to have 3 DLCs before the game is abandoned.
Yep.
Which
They
is
sort of took the step and saying, you know what, we are the old game company, we're doing this right, and they did.
is it BioWare? I think that did Dragon Age.
yeah.
They actually, in my opinion, like I got that specifically for the single player. I don't give a shit what my friends are doing online. They suck anyways. I don't want to hear it. I'm playing this video game to forget about my life.
Right.
They did a damn good job of actually like catering to that audience, at least for once. I didn't have to download anything. I spent 80 hours in that fucking game, raging.
Well, Elder Scrolls,
Awesome.
they've always done that too.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
they didn't
So,
realize the online one failed. They announced the next one will be just a single player standalone game.
Well, the online one just came out for consoles, which made me laugh because it was supposed to come out for consoles before it came out for the
It's
PC,
just
and
so
it was,
full of bugs.
they were having so many problems.
Yep.
And it's still full of bugs.
Yeah.
Like no one could even play it for the
Elder Scrolls
first
shouldn't be
24
online.
hours the game was online.
Oblivion wasted 2 years of my life,
Exactly.
and I don't regret it at all.
Oh no, because it's incredible.
They have the best leveling up system you can imagine. You want to be good at swords? Grab a sword and kill something. And you're going to get better.
Head into the arena. That was my favorite part.
Oh, I love the arena. I didn't want it to end.
No.
Want to be a sneaky archer? Sneak with a bow. And
Yeah.
you'll get better.
You'll get better.
Yeah.
You want to jump higher? Just jump.
Just jump as
A
you run.
lot.
Jump a
Yeah,
lot.
want to get better at running and
Jump
jumping?
all
Just-
over.
Yeah.
You're going around town, you're jumping. Yeah, it's awesome.
No, it worked to the point you do
I
that
know.
long enough. Eventually, you're just diving from cliff to cliff.
I know. It's incredible.
It was so
I
good.
know.
You just sit in the town and you turn the TV off. You put a movie on and you just sit with the controller. And that's
right. No, there was a keystroke you could do too, where you could just set it to run without you, and I think you could actually do like, or
Well,
I
they
think
have
this
so
is
many
old school.
mouse-
Set something
Yeah,
heavy
yeah,
on the
the-
button for jump, and
Yeah,
and
the
go.
auto run.
Yeah, now they got auto clickers where it will just click
Yeah, they
for
will
you.
just
Yeah.
go for you.
Which is stupid. They have so many Flash games now that are clicker games, so people can just do that. All these games, people download auto clickers. It's like that's the one thing you do in a game is click a mouse.
Right.
So they
so
get
now
a
you-
program to do it for them.
So now you can
Stare at
play in the
screen,
game. Yeah. Yep. But man, we're already overloaded with entertainment and stuff where kids don't even care about awesome dinosaurs on screen.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that from someone with a kid before, but that makes a lot of sense. Just
I didn't even think about
I
it
didn't
when you
either.
brought that up. With the fact
Yeah.
that the kids, like nobody walked out.
if
with
I was little, if I was 8, 9, 10, and I just saw the second Avengers, the first Avengers, whatever, I would be talking about that shit for 3 months.
I mean, there's just too much out there.
Yeah, and I didn't.
I mean,
so-
it's not like they are just brain dead. I mean, Connor, he's read 6 books in a week, and they
No,
go
right.
through stuff so fast. It's just so much. They just take it in and it's out.
Yeah, because they're used to having
Yeah.
everything like constantly.
Can you say Oliver already knows what button on the remote to hit to turn the TV on or
You
something?
know, he can find out 4 remotes. He finds the TV one.
And he's like a year and 4 months.
Crazy.
When I'm at work, I see all these parents. I see their little kids in their strollers screaming for Wi-Fi, like fucking around with their smartphones, and I'm just like, this.
Well, that was
is
the thing. Back in the day,
sad.
you didn't have access to all entertainment.
Right.
yeah.
So you only had like one movie, so you would just watch that movie. Or like you had 4 movies, and they were just on rotation whenever you wanted to watch a
Saturday
movie.
morning, you got up early. You ate your cereal watching fucking Family Life or whatever comes on at
Right.
1.
Yep. You couldn't just go from one thing to the other. That's when you watched it, and then when you were done, you just sat around thinking about it, or you went and reenacted it in your backyard.
Right.
No, it's the thing. It sounds like such a sentimental crap thing to say, but like, no, really. I went out in my backyard and I played with sticks and stuff just to be whatever. There's a little patch of woods in my backyard, and I remember like that was Jurassic Park to
Well,
me.
I mean, that's the sad thing. Like, if a kid who reads is ever given Calvin and Hobbes, they're not going to be able to relate anymore. They're not going to understand
didn't think
because
about
they're
that.
not going to be.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. They're not going to be doing that. There's the exception. There's a lot of kids that will be doing that, but for the most part, the majority of them, they're not going to be. It's not childhood anymore.
Right.
I'm actually having that big problem now.
Yeah.
Trying to get him just to do stuff. Hey, he plays with friends all day. He is very social. He'll watch TV. He'll read books, keep himself entertained. But if you say, play by yourself for an hour, he can't.
It's literally just pace around.
Well, I mean, he finds stuff to occupy the time till there's something to do. He'll go shoot hoops, but you look at him, he's just bored.
Right.
He'll go draw, but he's just passing time. He doesn't actually play.
He's
Like,
not
Right, yeah,
invested
he's
in
not-
it. He's not actually
Right.
enjoying it really.
right, he just...
They don't have to use
You
their
can see that with all
imagination anymore.
the friends in the neighborhood, too. They just wait till they can all get together. They wait till something comes on, somebody entertains them. It's fucked up.
That'd be a little weird to witness.
Yeah.
Me and Brett were talking, and he came up. I was like, oh, find something to do, for a half hour. We were just talking about some stuff. Okay. After we got into talking, I went in the basement to see what he was doing. He was just walking from one end of the basement to the other. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just waiting for you guys to be done.
That's totally screwed.
Yeah. Not upset, not sad, not depressed. He was just waiting for us to be done talking so we could do something together.
Wow.
I mean, he walking past toy boxes, drawing
Sure,
sets,
right.
a little basketball group. I mean,
There was
he's
stuff
in a
to do.
concrete-
right.
He didn't want any of that.
Yeah.
I want to go play with toys right now.
Yeah.
guys. That's all I
Someone's
I
got
actually-
to.
Someone's got it.
Kids won't.
Right.
Damn.
no, I did. I had something in my car for Josh, but now it's in a fucking Mexican shop named Tony who doesn't speak English. But it's
Sure.
the Optimus Prime. It's a helmet
Nice.
they put on. It fits, and it's got a button on the side that's a voice changer.
Really?
So you just talk normal. It talks Optimus Prime.
It talks like Peter Cullen? That's awesome.
Yeah, it really does. And it's just been sitting in our basement, covered in dust. You know, I think Josh is the Transformer guy.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I'd try that out.
Yeah,
See,
that's
you
awesome.
were
I mean, it
just-
fits me too. I
You
can
were
put it
just
on.
more
That's awesome.
excited than any kid
I totally was. Totally
would be
was.
about
Look
that.
on your
And
face.
I was like, oh, I could be Optimus Prime? That's awesome.
Nice.
I've been
Whereas,
Optimus Prime for Halloween a bunch of times. I used to have a shirt that had Optimus Prime
sure.
thing on it.
You give that to a kid nowadays, they're like,
Yeah, they'll use it for like 5 seconds and then they'll take it off and then
and
bring
you'll
out
try,
their
and
phone
you'll
or-
show up to work with it on, inevitably. Like, all right, let's do this.
Do you remember in like 8th or 9th grade? It must have been like 8th grade. You had me over to your house specifically to watch the 1980s Transformers movie
Yep.
because I'd never seen it, and like
Yep.
I was like, I remember just, like,
love that movie.
I didn't know anything about it, and you were hitting me at the best part. You're like, right when it's leading up to Optimus Prime's death, you're like, watch this. And I'm like, fucking watching, stop it.
Yep. And that had some that had some moments. And when you look back at it, like as a kid, like it killed all the main Transformers. Like as a kid, that was devastating.
Devastating.
Like all of them got wiped out within a matter of 5 minutes, just so that they can bring in new characters so they could sell more toys.
Absolutely.
But as a story, you're just like, they all just died. Like,
Yeah.
they're flying through space. And all of a sudden, Megatron just blows a hole, and then 3 main characters die in 3 blasts, and then it's just like,
It's a
what just happened?
That's so awesome.
Yeah, and then I totally forgot how 80s the music was in that movie. I think I apologized after we watched it because I didn't really remember that it was that 80s. Even had Weird Al in it.
I can recite all of Hook, no big deal.
Nice.
I've watched that motherfucker a million.
Nice.
You talk about having one movie on rotation. I just wanted to be a pirate.
Nice.
You know, whatever.
That's awesome.
You get it.
I do actually.
I know you understand.
Muppet Treasure Island for me.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I think that movie was way later than it should have been, like, coming into my life or something. I love it, but whatever.
The 3rd Indiana Jones movie,
Mm-hmm.
Last Crusade. There's a story. It's not great, but it had all the Spielberg moments. It had Sean Connery. I could watch that movie all the time. Rotation all the time.
See, that's where nostalgia gets us. Because, like, again, these aren't good films,
Nope.
but goddamn, we're gonna love these movies forever.
Well, that's why I go in the movies and then I look for movie moments. Because I want something to take away from it. Like things that you either haven't seen before or make it memorable. And that's what I like about Spielberg, because he's got movie moments. That's why I was a little depressed that he wasn't making this movie, that he was just producing it. Because you're not going to have the Spielberg moments. The line of dialogue that fits perfect with whatever scene is going on, which doesn't make sense for the story at all. But that scene is awesome.
2 for 3, though. That's fine.
Is Jaws a good film?
Actually,